Leeza Gibbons here, sharing your Hollywood Confidential weekend and welcoming Marina Lombardi back. This is a teenage author whose maturity is absolutely astounding, in my opinion. And we started a series with Marina last week around her book called It's My Divorce Too, things that parents need to know from a kid's perspective. And just quickly, Marina, this started with your own parents' divorce and just conversations with you and your mom around, like, what, the kitchen table or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
It was very basic in its origin.
Well, we look at how many families deal with mom and dad living in different homes and trying to blend step families and just deal with the divorce. Last week you talked about how parents need to really listen and not use their kids as messengers and fight with the ex in front of the children. But I really like this number 5 in your book because it has to do with the issue of change. And, you know, change is hard for everybody, but a change that a kid didn't choose is just like an assault, isn't it?
Well, yes. And, you know, I mean, a divorce, no matter what, is going to be change. And the biggest change is that you're suddenly now going between two parents in separate households. But it doesn't always work out, but is a very important thing to keep in mind on the parents' part is that it's very hard if you are to leave and find a new home and put your child into a different school, because now they're just starting fresh in every aspect of their life. And you know, another problem is suddenly you have a parent that is now more of a single parent, and you don't want to take that out on your child by saying, oh, well, you know, now that mommy's doing all of the work by herself, I really don't think that you should stay after for soccer anymore, things like that.
Oh, that one hurt. Yeah, I've said something similar to that to my kids. You know, it's so valuable what you're doing. So you're saying that sameness, that consistency, that predictability is so important when, you know, all hell is breaking loose at home.
Yeah, there has to be some sense of consistency in a child's life.
How wise is this, Marina? We'll talk some more here as we share your weekend on Hollywood Confidential. The book is It's My Divorce Too. If you want to follow her blog, it's mydivorce2.blogspot.com. Stay close. Glad you're here this weekend. I'm Leeza Gibbons. Marina Lombardi is here talking about her book, It's My Divorce Too. It's the child's perspective of what goes on, and she's outlining 14 sort of things that parents need to hear, and I think we left off at number 5. Number 6 in your book, Marina, is something that makes me chuckle because it's like, well, at mommy's house, we get to eat sugar, or we don't have to do those chores. So how are parents messing up with that?
Well, when parents divorce, they now have their own rules. They don't have to consult their husband or wife anymore. And it's very confusing and difficult for a child going back and forth because it's like, okay, wait a second, which rules am I supposed to follow here? You know, not that children don't take advantage of it, I being one of them. But it does create a lot of guilt in some ways because you're doing something maybe at daddy's house that you know mommy wouldn't let you do.
Well, and that brings us to your next point, which is about the visitation schedule.
It's a very difficult thing. Not everybody's parents, when they divorce, are in the same community. So when my parents first split up, my father was 2 hours away. It's very difficult, but it's a parent's responsibility to try to work together on a visitation schedule so that their child doesn't have to miss out on things.
One of the things that I found, you know, touching about your 14 points is this business of secrets. You know, in a divorce, what exactly do you mean about not asking your child to keep those secrets?
Sometimes one parent might be having a conversation with their child and something to do with the other parent comes up. And they say, well, you know, but don't let your mother hear that I talked to you about this because she'll be upset. Or, you know, and sometimes one parent is bad-mouthing the other. Sometimes it has to do with money, and the other parent just doesn't want it to be known. But either way, a child is a child, and a child shouldn't have to keep secrets from either parent. So if there's information that you don't want to be getting out, then you just shouldn't tell your child that.
We're going to talk to Marina in the coming weeks and go through all of these points. I do recommend this book. It's My Divorce 2. That is the blogspot as well. It's mydivorce2.blogspot.com. Thanks again so much, Marina. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, be well. Hollywood Confidential.